Okay, so this time, this is actually a reshoot because I shot these series of G.I. Joe, this wave of G.I. Joe figures a while back, but so far have been unable to transport them from my old computer, in which the battery pretty much died, and I got a new computer, and I haven't been able to transfer the files over. So I decided just to totally reshoot them. And where, of course, the first figure from this wave we're looking at is Airtight. Now, if you notice on the back of the package here, they refer to him as Kurt Airtight Schnur. I guess they lost the rights to do just Airtight on the back of the package, and so that's why they've included his real name, there. And that is Kurt Schnur. He was born in New Haven, Connecticut. His rank is E4. Going off his classic file card, his rank is E4, which is a specialist. And his specialty is CBR, which is chemical, biological, and radiological, with a secondary military specialty in ordnance. That would be explosives and shells. So basically, this guy is a biohazard, searches out and locates biohazards. And so, taking a look at his accessories, he's got his, would they call it, I guess they call this the HECR, the Hazardous Environmental Containment Rifle. Now, I don't know exactly what that means, but I think of this as more of a sniffer type device, so that it would take samples from the air and circulate them through and analyze them in the backpack, which is why you have these fans which actually draw the air through the device. And from then he could be able to tell what was in the air and initiate proper countermeasures. Now he's also got this device, which I think they I don't know, this is the containment unit, but I don't know why this would be, because it's not connected to anything. So I like to think of this is his, looks like a Geiger counter to me. So that would be what he uses to check for radioactive materials. My guess is he would first be sent in here, suited up, with his own oxygen supply, cut up by the mask and everything, so he would be safe in his hazmat suit, and he would be searching the area for whatever Cobra or whoever else had used in the area. Maybe he locates some nuclear material, that he would come back later and collect. And I actually would think that he works closely with what's his name? Blowtorch. Yeah, the Joe flamethrower trooper. And so he would call in Blowtorch, and he would basically burn everything else that they couldn't contain and seal up properly to make a threat. Now he does have another backpack here. And see here, it looks like it's a tank of oxygen, and there's no way to connect this any place. So you have to believe that it dummies up into here, and that's the connection. When it really should connect down below here somewhere. But there's his extra oxygen supply, I guess, besides what's in here. So maybe if he needs to go a bit further and longer, he'll use that tank. Now he's not totally without weapons in the traditional sense, because he has a shotgun here too. Maybe if he finds something and Cobra tries to recall it or retake it, he'll use the shotgun to defend himself and whatever chemical biological weapons he finds. Now his helmet does come off, and he's got a pretty nice sculpted face here, with the suit all the way up there over his hair. Now, a strange thing about this, they actually, if you can see on the package here, this is supposed to be the Renegades version of the character. And I don't think that's quite accurate, because I've seen some of the other, while not buying the Renegade characters, I've seen them in the stores, and they have a very animated look to them, whereas this guy doesn't. My feeling is that he was meant to be just a regular 30th anniversary character that they decided, well, we don't have a lot of Renegade characters, so why don't we just make him a Renegade character, and he'll fit into both lines. So if you're a Renegades fan, you can have your Renegades Airtight. If you're a classic fan, you can have your updated classic character Airtight. One other thing is that the Renegades character is a kind of a twist on the whole biological suit, and in that episode that he appears, Cobra is trying to usurp his research, and he becomes infected with this virus, and in order to contain it and keep it from spreading, he's decided that he's now going to be wearing a containment suit and be in isolation from other people and contain the virus that way. So he wears the suit to keep the virus from spreading, rather than the classic character who wears the suit to keep from getting infected from whatever chemical, biological weapons that he has to deal with. So, little twist on the character. Now, for articulation, his head goes left and right. Not so much forward and down. Pretty standard Joe articulation. Arms go all the way around, out to the side. Bend and rotate at the elbows. Bend and rotate at the wrists here. One goes forward and back like that, and the other goes in and out. And he's got upper torso articulation for left and right, and side to side as well, and forward and back. It is kind of limited by his gear, which is removable, but I am not going to take off. You can sort of tell that it's already not that secure on him, because the back has come off, the peg there, and that's the way it was in packaging. So I'm just going to leave it like that. His legs, of course, forward, back, out to the side, double knee joints, rotates and bends at the boot, at the ankle there. Just one more little tidbit from his classic file card is a quote about him being a weird guy who walks into these toxic environments in a suit that was built under contract for the government by the lowest bidder, and it's explaining how brave he is. I thought that was funny. Also, to note that he is a practical joker, and that no gag is too much of a, it's too far to go. And he's only really tolerated by the other Joes because they know that when they're dealing with the really scary stuff, he can be counted on. And so stay tuned for more videos of this wave from G.I. Joe. And until my next video, I'll see you.